Now, as frontman of the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl is no stranger to the rock and roll lifestyle, but during lockdown, he was forced to step away from the stage and turned his attention to writing a memoir. From drumming with Nirvana to juggling touring with fatherhood, it's a poignant insight into his life in the spotlight. He's been sharing some more of his stories with our music correspondent, Mark Savage.
Dave Grohl, welcome to BBC Breakfast.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, in the last 6 months, you've released a Foo Fighters album, you've played the President's inauguration, you've reopened Madison Square Garden, done an album of Bee Gees covers, and now a book. When do you sleep?
I don't. And it's funny because I've almost forgotten that we've done all of those things because there's so much more to do. It was a really busy year. I think that when everything shut down and I had the opportunity to just sit, I realized that that opportunity could be used to do things that I've always wanted to do.
And the book was one of them?
And one of them was writing a book.
And how did you unlock all of those memories? Was it right there, or were you going through photographs and old records? What was the process?
Well, I have my own sort of filing cabinet in my mind, and everything's sorted in musical increments. So if you play me a song from the 70s, I can tell you exactly where I was, where my life was at the moment. If you play me something from a Nirvana record, I can tell you what I was wearing when I recorded that song.
Can I test that? What were you wearing when you recorded In Bloom?
I had these yellow shorts and this weird sort of blue and white tie-dyed shirt and high tops. It was summertime in Los Angeles, so it was hot.
One of my favorite parts of the book is the story about going to your daughter's father-daughter dance at school.
God, yeah.
For people who don't know, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I have 3 daughters now. Every year they had a daddy-daughter dance. It was imperative that as a father, you show up and take your kid to this dance to remind them that, you know, that they can rely on you for anything for the rest of your life. And I looked at my schedule and I had a show in Perth. So we live in Los Angeles, the dance is in Los Angeles, and I had a show that night in Perth, Australia. And we moved the show by a couple days. I had to fly from Adelaide, right off the stage onto a plane to Los Angeles, land, have a couple hours, take them to the dance, and then jump on another plane and fly all the way back to Perth, just to make sure that they got to the dance with their dad.
You mentioned about when you were young and you didn't have a drum kit.
Yeah.
You used to play drums by clicking your teeth together.
Yeah.
Same here. I did
Can
the
you
same
do
thing.
it?
Yeah, I can.
You really
Should
can?
we do a duet?
Yes.
Go on then.
Well,
you start off,
it's
I'll pick it
best
up.
if you get close to a microphone. But if you
Should
can
we
really
lift
hear
these
it.
up?
Hold on, see if you can hear this. Ready? Okay, ready?
I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to do it like I can do back to black.
Come on.
There you
Amazing.
go. A skill.
You're getting it.
I also wanted to ask, last week was the 30th anniversary of Nevermind.
Yeah.
Can you take me back to the day the album was released in 1991? Do you remember what you did?
I think we had just started a tour. We were playing places that held maybe 100 people, 200 people, 300 people. As the popularity started to grow, we noticed that everything outside of our little bubble began to change. We'd show up to a gig that held 500 people, and there would be 500 more people trying to get in. And then as it grew, like, it became more and more chaotic. By the time we finished that tour, there were like riots, and we'd have to run out of places. Just, you know, it got pretty crazy.
ABBA are back. I know you're a big Bee Gees fan, big ABBA fan.
I'm such a huge ABBA fan. When I saw that they were coming back and they had a record, I shot that link to 100 people I knew and then listened to the new song and wept like a baby. I cried like a baby. Oh.